Let's start out with an informal greeting from me to you. What's happening? Hey, how's it going? I'm Stacy. All of my links are down below if you would like to follow. Hello dogs in here. I have a comment that I want to show you guys that I got on my YouTube. A comment that I also know could be a question that you guys are constantly asking yourself or constantly have in your mind. So let me read it to you. This says, this video helped me so much, which I'm very glad that it did because I always love hearing that. I really do always love hearing that any of my videos have helped. It's just such a great feeling. I'm a Muslim girl who is unsure if I like girls or not. I've told my mom about me being bi, but she didn't get mad. Instead, we had this long talk about why I feel this way, and she told me that it's just a phase. Besides, I remembered that I'm too young to think about those things. I'm 12, but you're right, I need more experience. So first things first, it really makes me happy that your mom didn't get mad, that she didn't have a negative reaction to it, like a really bad negative reaction. You're very fortunate. I'm glad that you two talked it out. I know that's not always easy to do with your parents. I know that to me back then, especially at that age, I wouldn't have been able to do that, so I give you props. And then the phase thing is something that a lot of parents say, a lot of parents bring up. I feel that the whole thing about parents saying that it's a phase is also something to help them cope and also to calm down the denial that they may be having. Hi. What? I think it's a way of parents also not knowing how to deal with it, truly deal with it, or not wanting to deal with it, or just being in denial. I also think that it's also possible that they really just believe it's a phase. I don't know. Or anybody else. You just have to be parents. And we can't really get mad at somebody who says that when it comes down to it, when it boils down to it, because they aren't us. They're not in our skin. They don't know. They're them and we are we. And I don't know if that makes sense, but it sounded cool. Nobody knows what we're feeling inside. Somebody who identifies as straight can never be able to say, oh, I know what somebody who is gay is going through because they are straight. We are gay. Just as somebody who was probably gay may not know exactly what it's like to be straight or anything like that. You know, I don't know. I mean, it's just an example that I'm giving. Doesn't mean it's necessarily true. I think the whole face thing is also a form of your parents or whoever's saying it not really knowing what it's like to be questioning or gay or straight or bi or identifying your sexuality. You know, I stick to this. I feel like it's a topic that they're just not educated on. And I don't mean educated like they didn't go to school or they didn't do this or didn't do that. I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it in a bad way. I can consider myself to be uneducated when it comes to the terminology and sexuality that there are out there. I don't know, and I will tell you straight up, I don't know about the definitions about all of them or all of them that exist, and I am somebody who gives advice to the LGBTQ plus community, but I don't know everything. I don't know the terms, and I really honestly don't know. So I can say that I'm uneducated in that, and I say that because one time I said that I felt like it's people who are uneducated that say something harsh or mean or whatever it is, or give a negative light on trying to figure out your sexuality and stuff like that. On the LGBTQ plus community, I said that people that are uneducated that don't really know about that, but I never meant it like, oh, they didn't go to school. Some people took it that way. I got my head chewed out because of it, but again, it's people who just use it in different ways. So I wanted to make that clear. Not that I had to, but I just wanted to because, you know, especially on the internet, things get twisted and turned. But anyways, so being uneducated with a certain topic is not a bad thing. Enough of that ramble. So I think sometimes we're just not educated on a certain subject. Maybe that's a prettier way of saying it. We're just not educated on a certain subject. So maybe parents or people who say this are just not educated on a certain subject. They don't know that it's not a choice, you know what I mean? They just hear or just repeat what they hear or repeat what they've grown up with or know what they know because of what they've grown up. There's always ways to change that, to break the barriers. And then when you say that you're too young, I don't think that you're too young. I think you're starting to figure yourself out, and that's life. You get to a point where you start growing up and you don't play with Barbies anymore, and you start feeling different types of attraction to people, to others, to your peers, to friends, just other people. You just start growing up and learning new things and getting into new things and liking new things and stuff like that, and I think this is the start of it for you. I think you're questioning, and I think you should allow yourself to just, you know, have the questions, but don't dwell on it. Don't make it something super important that if you don't figure it out, everything is going to fall apart. It's not like that. Focus on what's important. Focus on your schooling. Focus on doing the things that you love to do. If it's art, do more of it. Do more of the things that you really love to do. Do more of the things that really do make you genuinely happy, make you smile, make you laugh, make you feel good inside, make your heart shine, make your heart happy, and everything else you figure it out along the way. And then you say that I'm right, that you need more experience. I hope that you did not take that the wrong way. I don't mean that you need to go out there and experience things on purpose, like purposely get yourself into things to experience that fast. That is absolutely not what I was trying to say. It's more of like life is going to bring you the events and the situations and everything that you're meant to go through and give you that experience, give you that opportunity to get that experience in the way that life has it planned out for you. I think with going about life, you give yourself the opportunity to experience new things. Go where life takes you, mainly right now since you are 12. You have a long way to go, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. You don't rush. Don't rush. You have many, many years to figure it out later. But just remember not to rush things, not to deliberately go out and experience it on purpose just to figure things out. You don't want things to happen that way. Just don't overcomplicate things. Like I said, this is not a life or death situation. It's something you need to figure out right now. Like I always say, eventually everything connects. So just go along life. Continue on with life. You do what you have to do. Do the things that you love to do. Be happy, smile. Surround yourself with friends and family, and know that if nobody else accepts you, if in the future your mom sees that it's not a phase and she doesn't like it, know that you're your own person and you have the ability to break off and live life for yourself. You have the ability to love yourself. So start now. Start loving yourself. Accept yourself, whether you feel like you may like girls, whether you don't, whether you know that your religion may accept it or not, or your parents may accept it or not, your loved ones may accept it or not, or your friends may accept it or not, or society may accept it or not. Set all that aside and know that as long as you love yourself 100%, you accept yourself 100%, you love yourself unconditionally 100% or a higher percent, nothing else should matter. Okay, so you provide yourself with that love, with that happiness, with that unconditional support, love, and be okay with who you are, no matter if you know what that is right now or not. So I hope this helps you. Thank you so much for commenting this. I know that it's going to help a lot of other Muslim girls who are maybe going to the same thing, or Muslim boys, or family members, or even parents, and even those who have nothing to do with the religion or anything at all, just somebody who's going to the same thing. So that makes me happy, and I'm glad that you decided to comment that and share that, and I really do hope that this video brings you some peace, something that you were needing to hear. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you know anybody who needs to hear this, please do pass this video on. You never know who might be needing to hear these words, so please do send this video their way. Thank you so much for that in advance. You never know who you could be helping, and helping is absolutely such a beautiful thing. So if you'd like to see more, please do follow me on my social medias. And until the next video, remember, if there's one thing that I want to call to mind, there are actually three. No matter the highs, the lows, always be sure, always be certain to do good, be grateful, and stay humble. See ya.